I get killed, I'm letting down my team.
Peer pressure, says therapist Gary Dyrenfeld, is built right into the games.
Forget getting killed. If I get called for dinner, if I want to go do my homework, I'm letting down my team. Somebody else may die, and if they die, they're out of the game.
Sometimes we'd get into a game and then someone wouldn't be pulling their weight, you could say, and like kind of get frustrated with that person.
The person who got frustrated the most, according to Nick, was Brandon. Before long, the clan was starting to disintegrate.
We all kind of got really mad at each other because sometimes we wouldn't have the best game. One of us would leave. I kind of felt it was a little overkill, kind of.
That summer, Brandon split with his friends. They found summer jobs and other interests, but Brandon stayed at home, working on his game. What his friends, and certainly what his parents didn't know, is how much the practice was paying off. We were told by people he played with that he was actually at the 10th prestige level 55.
That is insane. That takes so much time, literally like weeks of playing time. That takes a lot of skill and a lot of dedication and hard work, and I mean he's an all-star.
When we come back, what the All-Stars reach for.
His tournament prize money was like over $1 million.
This is just a massacre right here. I've never seen a player who looks more calm and collected when he's in the middle of a $100,000 match.
You wonder if first-person shooter video games are addictive? Look at these faces captured by American video artist Robbie Cooper.
Come back here! How do you feel about bullets?
There you are, creeping through this virtual world with your gun in hand.
Therapist Gary Dyrenfeld accepts that video games aren't drugs, but the effect, he says, is no different.
Let me kill you. UAV recon, standing by.
And there's a great sense of euphoria, there's a great sense of power that comes through that adrenaline rush.
Yes.
That is addicting. I can't imagine how it's going to take off when there's money attached.
Well, imagine no more, because it's here. The same people behind game battles have turned video gaming into a live spectator sport, what they call e-sport. Tournaments like this one in the US are a big deal with huge prizes and now professional teams. E-athletes come with their own coaches and sponsors.
So that is 10 kills, 0 deaths between the two players, and now Karma's gonna have a sniper rifle to work with.
This is just a massacre right here. I'm gonna lay out.
Their matches are televised and streamed to millions on the internet. Brandon Crisp watched these kinds of competitions. A lot of Canadian teams do.
Never seen a player who looks more calm and collected when he's in the middle of a $100,000 match.
This is a dream.
Meet Canada's top professional video gaming team. 3 out of the 4, anyway. Furion, G-Spot, Alpha X Factor. They prefer their gamer tags to names. And they're so good, they now have a sponsor in Pepsi, which pays them to promote a new high-energy caffeine drink called AMP. Do you think of yourself as an athlete?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Even though I'm guessing you never break a sweat in front of them.
Not in front
the computer
of
screen.
No, but there's a lot more to the video gaming than just sitting in front of the TV and playing. I'm trying to kill you, you're trying to kill me. It's as simple as that.
I was recruited to help make the point.
Yes. So, don't laugh, okay? So is somebody going to jump out of here that I'm going to have to try to shoot? Is that how
if you look right there, you see that.
Now, how do I fire? You didn't tell me that part.
Sorry, this button on top here, that's going to be shooting your gun.
Okay.
The hand signals.
Their game is called Halo, and yes, it is harder than it looks. This war is set in the future, and the targets aren't terrorists, but menacing robots. who nevertheless die quite convincingly.
He even groaned that time. Why is he doing that?
It's just there's little sound effects.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just add a little element to the game.
Okay, now tell me. Do you get tired killing people after a while?
You'd think so.
I think so. What do you
You'd think so, but it never really loses its touch.
I get the adrenaline rush, but is this really professional sport? These guys are convinced, especially since some video gamers now earn hundreds of thousands of dollars.
How much money are you making?
Oh.
Enough that, I mean, this is our career, so I mean, we don't, there's no, we don't have side jobs.
Like 5 figures, 6 figures? What are we talking about here?
It's more than we could have ever hoped for playing video games, we'll say that much.
You do understand, though, to some people, it's a head shaker.
We know there's a stereotype that's out there, and we're also there to break that stereotype.
What's the stereotype you're trying to break?
Couch potatoes type, I guess. That's the general reaction that you get to people that play video games.
Couch potatoes, they're not. The AMP team takes it all very seriously. They know they have to if they're going to convince the public that gaming is more than just exercise for the thumbs. Bruce Wayne Yip is their manager. He keeps a close eye on how often the team practices and plays, and does overtime reinforcing the message that it's all good, healthy fun.
It's all about balance, and that's what the system helps us to take a look at. What are they doing every week, and what kind of balance are they achieving? And you look here, 878 hours they've put into gaming in the last few months.
878 hours? Bruce's computer logs his e-athletes 24/7 and reveals what appears to us to be some pretty unbalanced playing. Imported, for instance, his real name is Alexander, regularly hits the console 16 hours a day.
He tends to go on these marathon sessions, and his parents and his family, other family members, they don't allow him to play very late because he's very loud. So he goes over to a friend's house and just goes all night long while his friend and his family are sleeping.
Yesterday, how many hours did you play? How many hours?
Probably maybe 12 hours or something.
12 hours,
Yeah.
sitting in front of a screen, right? I mean,
Especially now that it's at a professional level, that this isn't just, this is no joke.
Because these tournaments, they last, 3 days straight almost, and I mean, you're forced to sit there and play those long hours. You really get worn out sitting there for 3 days staring at a screen.
For a would-be sport reaching for respectability, what better showcase than the Montreal Forum? This was the forum a few months ago at a Pepsi-sponsored Halo tournament. $10,000 were up for grabs here, as was the chance to take on the new heroes in town, the Pepsi AMP team. Young Alec, gamertag Carbon Monoxide, traveled all the way from Louisville, Kentucky to be here. His parents wouldn't drive him. They don't approve of his gaming. So his grandma did.
He's an avid player. He plays as much as he can. I think he would like to be able to do this on a full-time basis. Sniping is a big one for him, so. But, he loves it all, so.
And if you're a kid, what's not to love? On this weekend, the forum was crawling with youngsters who couldn't wait to try the latest games.
Sometimes it's really awesome, if I ever get clipped or shot in the head stuff, it seems really realistic.
We are sort of the ultimate engagement, if you will.
Matthew Bromberg is Major League Gaming's CEO. It's that engagement, he says, that attracts gamers and advertisers to a market he believes is virtually unlimited. He talked to us from New York.
There are 100 million video gamers in the U.S. alone. We are one of the few properties in the world that have successfully been able to aggregate this very, very pure audience of men. Virtually, it's about 96% of our audience is male, and 96% of it is under 30. That's valuable for advertisers.